All right, let's start. Well, there's not very many people here, but presumably some are still in holiday. Let me see. So we have people from Nethermind. And that's about it, right? Oh no, some not from Erigon. Okay. Does anyone know if Carlos is in holidays?
Yeah. No, he's not.
But he was sick yesterday. Maybe he is
okay.
sick.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, because I guess he's kind of an important factor right now. Yeah, so let me quickly share a screen. It's been so long, I've forgotten how all of this works. No, I'm kidding. I hope everyone had good holidays. Did you all party nicely? All right, who can give me an update regarding the DevNets?
So DevNets is doing fine. So we solved the issues we have in recent weeks. The other issues were discussed in Telegram. I consider minor ones, like configuration networking related. So in general, I'm pretty happy with DevNet.
Okay, so we really need to add Lighthouse and Nimbus to the DevNet.
Yeah, if you can give us some images for Nimbus, and is Lighthouse ready? Because yeah, I read it up and say it is. Just
yeah, so they have it ready in the unstable branch, and Nimbus is actually ready since 23. I think 11.0. I have it written down somewhere. I will fix it if that's not right. Let me just look it up real quick. So we have the data. I have too many tabs open, of course, so I can't find it. Okay, so Nimbus is ready since 23.11.0. Yeah, so that's correct. And Lighthouse has it on the unstable branch, so technically I think they have Docker images for those built automatically anyway, so it should already be available for both of them. So we really need to get this up and running like today, let's say this week at least. Yeah, to make sure.
If the images are ready, we can take them like today, tomorrow.
Yeah, I will send you the Docker images, but I'm pretty sure they are ready. Let me comment. Okay. What about the sync committee participation or aggregation percentages and whatever, and the head participation rates and all of this? Are we not concerned about any of this?
I personally not much concerned, but yeah, we can like watch the server further and try to figure it out. But I don't think it's kind of no stop or anything critical there.
Yeah, because if we filter Erigon Teku node, which is problematic for some reason, and then it looks much better.
And we have two Erigon Teku nodes, right? The other one is behaving nicely.
Yes. There is also a small issue with Lodestar, but the node is working just fine, but there is something in error, so we are investigating with Lodestar team.
And so the hard fork that happens, I think, a few days ago, was this only on that specific node or on both Erigon nodes? Or on all of them, I mean?
You mean fork?
Well, no, sorry, that's hard fork. The fork. I mean, they had different blocks, right? And they.
There was some missed slots. Just there wasn't any fork.
Okay.
There was one enforcement mislog and it recovered automatically. Yeah, it was on Friday, and we noticed a few ones yesterday. But generally it recovers automatically, and DevNet is doing good.
And that's just an Erigon?
Yes.
Okay.
Single node with Teku.
But hold on a second. For some reason, Erigon showed different block on some level than.
Yeah, that's also what I thought on Forkmon. It was different.
But isn't like the case when the validator is not connected to network, then validator is trying to produce their own blocks. So maybe that was the case.
Yeah, maybe. So I see it on DC2 Erigon TK1, which on slots that ends in 93 had a different like block number, but then it just stopped at that point. So yeah, maybe it was just out of sync and then created its own block for that slot.
Exactly.
And then that's it. Yeah.
And what's more, I haven't seen any attempts to Nethermind to propose different blocks. So I checked the logs around the time when one of orphaned blocks happened. But unfortunately, we didn't have logs from the biggest event when there was a lot of orphaned blocks. But I quickly checked Nethermind there, and I haven't seen any major issues. So it should be fine in these terms, but we need to observe it more.
Okay, so then I guess everything seems to be kind of fine. So the fork was not, well, it doesn't seem like it was an issue. So let's still keep monitoring it a bit, and at Nimbus and Lighthouse, they should work, right, in theory, because it's the exact same config as for mainnet anyways. But yeah, we still have to make sure that it works. And then we should start talking about scheduling the Shadow hot fork. So let me just quickly find back the tweets or like the dates for mainnet. Yeah, okay. So we said close to like Sepolia, so that Gurley goes through first, right? Which is end of January. Do we think that this would be acceptable for us, knowing that, of course, for Shadow, we have most of the validators ourselves. So that's not a huge community we need to make aware of it.
Yeah, it seems okay. We're talking about Shadow, right?
Yes, the testnets.
Yeah, so the end of January looks okay.
So are we all confident that there's no issues currently, that I mean, it should all work?
At the moment, we are.
Okay,
yeah,
so
looks good to me too.
Awesome. So let's try to add Nimbus and Lighthouse for end of this week, and then monitor next week, and then at end of next week, do the configs for Shadow. Or let's talk about it next week. So to define the timestamps and whatever, and the activation epoch. And then if we notice that everything is still fine end of next week with Nimbus and Lighthouse, then we go through with the hot fork around January 30th. Maybe not at that time, or maybe let's do it someday, Wednesday or something during the core devs call. Let me check. We have to check for boundaries and all of that again. The 31st is a Wednesday, so maybe that could be a good date if it aligns with like epochs and everything correctly. Lion, can you do that calculation like you did for Chapela?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, we can try to have it during this call on Wednesday if possible.
Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty sure about that Lighthouse will work, but not sure about Nimbus because we never tried it, so it's going to be the first time.
Okay. I run validators on Nimbus, so on mainnet, I'm sure it works. and I can send you the configs if that's useful, because it's a bit more complicated to set up than the other ones. Although we don't have checkpoint sync to worry about, so it should be just fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, next week we'll then define all the presets, and tentatively, I guess we'll set a date for end of January. So if it works out on January 31st. Okay. Do we have any updates regarding hype tests?
Yes, we added more tests from the Cancun. I mean, we migrated more tests from Cancun Ethereum, but in the process we broke most of the withdrawal test because we needed to change the config, and that is where I'm updating right now. Yeah, that's most of the updates, Philip.
Thank you. Nethermind, any updates?
No specific updates. We're just preparing a new release. Maybe, I don't know, probably not this week, maybe next, like with performance improvements. Probably Marek has more details about it.
Yeah, so a release candidate should be this week, and next week full release. And what's more, there will be one more release with experimental features about state DB, but they very improved performance of the node. So it's still experimental, but initial test was very promising. So probably 3 different releases: release candidate, full release, and experimental release coming in 2 weeks or something like that.
Awesome, thank you. Erigon, any updates?
So I was testing this change for making validator nodes lighter in terms of storage requirements. So I would just need some kind of a simulation test to confirm that it's working. So basically, rather than storing all receipts, just filter out deposit contract and still be able to support the CL client with get logs. So your validation goes on and you have a much lighter node, but I need to test it. So I was maybe hoping the fuzzing test we are running on the DevNet 2 currently, I could just test it on that on local by simulating the entire thing. So I'll try that out.
Is there already like a release for it? Can I sync a node so they would like that?
Yeah, you can try. You can sync a node for sure. It's not something I'm worried about. The validation part is what I'm worried about.
Yeah, no, I know, but then I would just replace my current validators, point them to that, and then YOLO, basically.
I have no way to guarantee that would work.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't matter if it doesn't. Then I switch back to the other ones.
Sure, I'll try to polish it up and sort of merge into the active devel branch and share it with you.
Awesome.
Soonish.
And does this allow to prune an existing full node or archive node?
No, not in particular. If that is something that you desire, I can look further into it. But once again, I would say that that would depend on how much work I have to put into that. If it's a lot of work, then I'm probably not going to do that.
Right, of course. And in general, if you have an archive node, you cannot prune it later on, right?
Yes, in general, that feature is not enabled. It's not impossible to do it, but not a priority. So.
Okay, got it. So yeah, I will have to sync a new node, but that's fine. Yeah, okay, I will try to test that. Okay, that doesn't work anyways. All right, I guess Guillaume isn't here, and no one from Gateway is present either.
No, I'm here actually.
Oh, you are, Anton. Sorry, I didn't
No
see.
worries. Hi everyone.
Do you have any updates?
No specific updates. If Nethermind needs to be tested, just ping me with an image in Telegram. And apart from that, we are going to be ready for the fork on January.
Awesome.
I will send you image in 1 minute.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so just to summarize, everything seems to be well with the DevNet. We will try to fork for end of January, so around the same time as Sepolia. Are there any specific measures we have to take before that? Like, for example, for withdrawals, we had to deploy contracts. Here, we also had to deploy the blockroot contract, but I think, that's already done. It's the same addresses as for mainnet, so everything should be fine. Can anyone double check that we have everything, like all the preconditions basically filled in, and that we just need to set the epoch and time, the epoch activation dates? Or can anyone think about anything else we have to do before the hard fork? Okay, I'll take that as a no, so I guess everything should be fine then. All right, well, we'll discuss the fork epoch next week. Lion, please check the epoch boundaries and all of that for next week so that we can take an informed decision. And yeah, I guess that's it for today. So thanks for joining. See you next week. And yeah, I hope you had good holidays.
Thank you. Have a very good day, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Thanks everyone. Bye.